everyone. Thanks for joining us for another fun vision therapy exercise. This one is called 100 squares. And for this exercise, you may either have a worksheet. For us today, we're going to play it projected on the whiteboard, and we have a floor mat to use. And I've got my friend here to help us demonstrate the activity today. So to do this 100 square exercise, it's a great exercise for working on several visual processing skills. The first one is called visual spatial, which is like knowing where things are in space. So we're going to be talking about mapping things on the ground and knowing how many grid squares there are away from each other. So that's a really great skill called visual spatial planning. Also visualization, that's the ability to imagine something in your mind and be able to manipulate it. So for example, we have this grid that we're going to keep in our mind and be able to count squares, do math with it. So that takes a lot of higher order thinking. Okay, and it's also really great exercise for number sense. So the 100 grid square is something that we use to help teach counting, and that would be really great for your child, your student who is learning basic math skills. So it's a really fun exercise. Okay, you ready to get started?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so for the first part, let's just get to know the 100 grid. So this is a grid. We have several different versions of this. Sometimes it may be all empty, or sometimes we have a few of the numbers filled in just to get started. So first of all, we have to figure out what's the pattern going on in this grid. Okay, so I'm going to give you this whiteboard marker right here.
All right.
And I want you to tell me, if you take a look at this top row, can you tell me what's the pattern of the numbers in the top row?
It goes up by one when it goes to the right.
Excellent. Yep. So every square just adds one. Excellent. So if you were to fill in row number 2, what number would you put in that square?
Probably 12, because this is 11, and 11 plus 1 is 12.
Perfect. So why don't you go ahead and uncap the pen. Go ahead and write number 12 in that box. Do you think you could fill in the rest of the row for me?
Probably.
Go for it.
So 12 plus 1 is 13, 13 plus 1 is 14, 14 plus 1 is 15, and then there's already 16 here.
Yeah.
So 16 plus 1 is 17, 17 plus 1 is 18, 18 plus 1 is 19, and that's the row.
Awesome. Okay, so if you were to look at the pattern, let's look at this column right here. So a column goes up and down, a row goes side to side. What's the pattern of this column right there?
It goes up by 10 when you go down, because 10 plus 10 is 20, 20 plus 10 is 30, 30 plus 10 is 40, yeah.
Excellent. What would be the pattern if we went this way?
It would be 30, minuses. So 30 minus 1 is 29, 29 minus 1 is 28, yeah.
Great. Okay, so now I'm going to pick a couple squares on the board, and I want you to tell me how you figured out what number was that square. Okay, so let's pick this square right here. How would you figure out what that number is?
Well, if I know what this is, I can just count up. So if this is 51, then I go 52, 53, 54.
Perfect. Why don't you write 54 in the box? Okay, so nice job. What about this square right here? How would you find that one?
Well, I mean, there's 80 right here. I can minus that, or 70.
Ooh, you went backwards this time.
So
okay.
I can go 80, 79, 78, 77.
Awesome. Okay, so if this was 77, can you tell me another way you could get to 77? Maybe by starting at the column.
Well, 7 you can add by 10, since we know that. There you go, 17, 27, 37, 47, 57, 67, 77.
Awesome. Go ahead and write 77 in the box. I think he's got the hang of it. All right, so that would be level 1. Once we get to know the grid, we kind of get the hang of it. Now let's use the floor mat. You ready?
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to erase this. We technically could keep it in, but it makes it more challenging if we have some squares that are empty. Okay, so now to use the floor mat, the fun part is now you get to walk the grid. Oh, good eyes, good catch. Okay, so let's stand on this side of the mat. Just so, sorry to cross in front of the camera, but here we go. We'll stand on this side of the mat. And right now, this mat has 100 squares on the floor. Okay, so if there's 100 squares on the floor, each of these squares is in the same spot as a grid up there on the board.
Okay.
So if you were to stand in square number 1, could you go stand in that square for me?
Sure.
Awesome. And if you could walk from square number 1 to square number 10, could you tippy-toe and step in each square and say the number when you're stepping in?
Sure. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, cool. And then now that you're in square 10, can you walk down the column to square 100?
20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100.
You got it. Okay, so you've got the hang of this pretty well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to now put a beanbag in a square. And your job is to look on the grid, figure out what square it's in, go to the whiteboard and draw it into the chart on the whiteboard. Okay, so let's pick this spot right here. Let's pick this spot right here and this spot right here. So you can choose whichever beanbag you want to go to first.
Okay, I'll do that top one.
Top one. Okay, so how are you going to figure out which square that one is?
And so I could go up here. I could count by twos or one. I would do one for now.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Excellent.
So it's right here. And then I could count down by 10. So 5, 15, 25.
Great.
And I figured out the first one.
Do you still have the marker in your hand? Okay, great. So go ahead and 25. If it's already written in, just circle it. Okay, so we got square 25. All right, let's do the green beanbag next.
All right, so I'm going to count by twos this time. So I could go 2, 4, 6, and then since there's not a 2, I could just go one more, and that's 7.
Very efficient.
So I could go, and then I could count down. So 7, 17, 27, 37, 47.
Great. Okay, so go ahead and write 47 into the box that it should be. Okay, and then let's do the last red beanbag.
Okay, so if this is ones, I could go, so I could go 1, 11, 21, 31, 41, 51, 61, and I can count down.
Okay.
61, 62, 63, 64.
Cool. Okay, so we'll put 64 on the grid. All right. All right. I think you've got the hang of this level. That looks pretty good. You ready for the next level?
Yep.
Okay. So now the next level is that you're going to have the beanbag. So I'll switch you.
Okay.
I'll take the whiteboard marker. Thank you very much. Okay. Now this time I'm going to choose a square. You're going to figure out what number it is, and then you're going to put the beanbag in the square. Okay. So let's see here. I'm going to choose this square right here.
Okay.
This square here. Let's choose this one down here.
All right. So first, let's see. Looks like I'll do that one right there.
Okay.
That's the one. So you can see. I think it's 7 that way.
Okay. All right. Where are you going to start? Which square here are you going to start from?
Maybe I'll start from here.
31. That's a great place to start.
So I could go 1, 11, 21, 31.
Okay.
And then I could go 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37.
Excellent. That was awesome how you figured that out. Okay. And then let's go to the next one.
All right. So I'll do this one. If this is 74, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I can go 7 down.
Cool.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
And then if this is 74, then this has to be 73 because 74 minus 1 is 73.
Tricky. Okay, so let's do here. You said that was 73. Let's check it also because we could check how many squares are underneath it and how many empty squares are to the side of it, just to make sure.
Maybe.
So how many empty squares are underneath the 73?
2.
Okay, do you feel like that's in a good spot?
Yeah.
Cool. And then how many empty squares are on the side of 73?
2. Oh.
Want to change your answer?
Yep.
Nice. All right, cool. You figured it out. Awesome. And then let's do this last one right there. How are you going to find that one?
Well, it's under 97.
Okay.
So this is 91, right?
Yep.
So 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97.
Okay.
So if it's right on top of it,
one right on top of 97. You got
and
it.
that's
What
going
number
to be
do you think?
87.
87.
97 minus 10 is 87.
Sweet. Okay, now I think that you did amazing on this level. I think you're ready for the last challenge. Okay, so the last challenge, now we get to have a whole lot of fun with it as if this wasn't already fun already. But we're going to do some math calculations now. So now that you know where the numbers are and you know exactly where to find them, now we're going to do addition, subtraction. You could even do multiplication if we wanted to get really fancy. So we can do all kinds of different varieties. So let's start with here. We're going to start on this square.
Okay.
And then you're going to subtract 4. And you're going to put the beanbag in that square. Okay, so starting
So-
here, see if you can find your starting spot.
So let's see, maybe I'll go to 10.
Okay,
And I could go 20, 30, 40, 50 because I know it's 50 next to it.
good.
Now I could minus 2. 1, 2, and then it will be right next to it.
Okay, so put one beanbag in that one, so we know that's our starting point. And then now you're going to subtract 4.
So I could go 1. So, okay, so if this is, it's actually no, first I'm going to find what this number is.
Good idea.
So if this is 50, I could go 49, 48, 47.
Want me to write that in the board?
Yep.
Okay, so 47. Okay.
I could go now 46, 45, 44, 43.
There you go. Excellent.
my
I love
answer.
your strategy. 46, 45, 44, 43. And does that also, 3. Does that also make sense because 42 would be right in the middle and then we would hit 41. All right, you got that. Let's do another math calculation. Let's do an addition. You're really catching on to this. So I'm gonna give you a hard math addition. Okay, let's put the beanbag here. That's gonna be your starting spot.
Okay.
You're gonna add 12.
Oof.
Ooh,
All
tricky,
right.
huh?
I can count, I guess. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I go all the way back here.
Yes.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Great.
And
Okay,
then-
and you'll put your ending beanbag there. What was our starting number and what's our ending number?
So our starting number, well, 1, 2, 3.
Mhm.
So I go 3, 13, 23, and 33.
Okay, so 33 was our starting.
And then plus 12, we could go 33, 30, 43,
Ooh,
43, 44, and 45.
Awesome. So if you wanted to shortcut it, so you did great because you showed 2 different strategies. Your first strategy was I could count by ones and you went each square at a time counting by ones, or you did a shortcut and you said, hey, I'm going to count by 10, 33 to 43, and then add 2 more, 44, 45. I love it. That was awesome. Thank you so much for playing the 100 squares exercise. You did amazing. And say bye to our friends.
Bye.
And say